You've been following us on social media, you might already know this. We've been teasing it. We've already introduced one product, but we are going to introduce a second brand new product reveal right here. Are you excited about that? Are you excited about that? All right, Jeunesse family, do me a favor and help me in welcoming a gentleman who leads a team who has won Marketing Team of the Year 3 out of the last 4 years. He's a man who leads a team that has won, I believe it's 943 awards. I'm sure he'll correct me if I'm wrong. I'm saying 943 awards for their cutting-edge creativity, their innovation, for so much. Put your hands together and help me welcome out to our expo stage your Chief Marketing Officer, Mr. Mark Patterson!
What you know about rolling down in the
How's everybody doing? I love that song, Astronaut in the Ocean. It makes no sense whatsoever. How's everybody doing? It makes me seem, kind of tough, and I really don't come across tough much, so I try with music. Are you guys having some fun? It's true that Sean Patrick lied. He said 943. It's just 941. Still incredible, right? 941 awards for this company over the last, it's now 12 years old. So pretty incredible, and a bunch for that marketing. But tonight, we are going to talk about 2 products. This is very unusual. I don't normally talk about, we usually launch one. Have you ever seen us launch 2 products right in a row? Neither have I. So we are going to do it tonight. So so hang with me, because they're 2 incredible products. Both are amazing, and I have to get a clicker. So watch, because I can't make my slides go. Here it comes. Oh, it was right by the water. Thanks, you guys. Well, it's really great to be with you tonight. Do you guys remember did you guys watch last year's expo? Do you remember I had something special with my outfit last year? Do you remember what it was? Yeah, that was special. Not particularly good looking. So I busted my arm last year mountain biking. That's what I decided to do during COVID, because there were no people, and I was like, I'll take up mountain biking. My son and my daughter are both big time into mountain biking, and I'm big time not good at it. You can tell. So I broke both bones right below my elbow in this arm. Now you can see they fixed me up. It's all working okay now. But the reason I bring this up is there was a whole new experience of pain that I went through with this break. When I broke the arm, I actually went into shock. So I fell off the bicycle. I was going down the mountain, and when I landed I tried to prevent my face from hitting the deck, and that worked, but I went into shock when I broke the bones. And the weird part is I actually could see everything in it was black and yellow, I couldn't see in color. Now for a marketing guy, this is a very bad thing. I'm like, oh my gosh, I have got to get my color vision back, but but it did help take care of the pain. So my point is, I had a whole new level of pain experience that was just like over the top. Have any of you ever been in pain or gone through something that's painful? Raise your hand. Yep. How many of you have had some pain even today? Anybody? Yeah, how many of you are sitting by someone that's kind of a pain? Don't laugh, because they know you're sitting there. So the history, if you look back, look at this. Look what Bayer used to sell. I think this is so funny. Do you know that forever people have suffered from pain, right? From the time that people existed, there have been problems with pain. And I think it's so funny to look over here and think that Bayer used to carry not just aspirin, but also heroin. And some of you are going, wow, those were the days. Now this guy in the middle, that is for sure a migraine right there. Because people with migraines know, they're like, yeah, get out a chisel. Let's fix this thing right now. But you know, it's so funny, these illustrations. And then here on the right, or on your right, it reminds me of the surgery on my arm. They used to do bloodletting. I don't know who thought of this idea. They're like, hey, you know, maybe if we just let enough blood out, you'll feel better. But they had strange ways of dealing with pain, you know, super bizarre and crazy. Do you know that 1 out of 5 of us suffer from pain? 1 out of 5. Okay, so look around you, and if you're a family of 5, somebody's hurting right now. And that's a lot of people. Did you know that this is how much money is spent on pain every year? Look at that. So by 2027, 91, so nearly $92 billion. That's enough to fix the economy of any country. It's a lot of money right there. So $91.64 billion is spent. And you know the crazy thing? You guys are in North America. Check this out. 50% of that spend is in North America. So we are all suffering from more pain than someone else, or I don't know what the deal is, but there is a lot of money spent on pain here. 50 million Americans, 50 million are affected by pain. 20% of adults experience pain every single day. Is there any of you that's experienced some kind of pain every day? I see hands go up. It's really tough when that happens. Now, I'm lucky enough, I don't, but I know people who do, you know, and it can just be really tough. It can be really debilitating, and I feel for these people. I feel for all of you. Did you know pain is 40% of the people who go to the doctor go there and they say, Doc, I got pain, you know, I got pain in some way. And so they're asking the doctor. And if you go to the psychologist, it's because you live with someone that's a pain. You know, there's different things. But it's pain related so many times. So what am I getting at? We have someone very special as part of our scientific advisory board. You guys know who I'm talking about? They're all special, right? But Dr. Nathan Newman, you heard of him? You seen him? You know who he is. So Dr. Nathan Newman, I'm going to bring him up here, but he actually made a brand new discovery in pain relief. A whole brand new discovery. So think of throughout time, do give him a round of applause because it's really amazing. He's going to come and tell you the story, and it was actually a little bit of an accident. But when he discovered that what he was doing was helping people with pain, he actually started to share it with people that are at his office and with other, and it worked so well, they named it in the office, they called it magic. Worked like magic. They all said it works like magic. And so I remember one day he came to me and said, Mark, I've got something really special. We've got to get it out to Jeunesse. And here's the thing that's really lucky for us is that he's part of our scientific advisory board and that he chose to use Jeunesse as the vehicle to launch this product. He could have easily, you know, he has a practice in Beverly Hills, California. He could have easily gone to someone like Bayer, someone else, somewhere else to be able to distribute this. This is a topical product. It's something very unique. It's breakthrough biotechnology. The ingredients are rich in antioxidants. It's unique. It works fast. Sometimes in just 2 minutes time, you feel relief, okay? Many people have told me, just 2 minutes, I wasn't feeling pain. It's high tech, it's fast acting, scientifically advanced, doctor formulated, targeted, and it's topical. So what does that mean? It's not tropical. The next product tastes a little bit tropical. This is topical, and you just put it wherever you feel the pain. So you actually rub it right in. I'm going to give my own testimonial about it here in just a little bit, but I am excited to show you and to talk about what this is. But before we have Dr. Newman come up and before we explain it, I'm going to show you a marketing video, which we always make. So please, like, you might even want to get out your phone and film this. I'm going to show you the video. The name of this product is For Relief. And what do you think it's for? It's for relief. Yeah, so it's a very good name, right? Now, we spell it funny. We spell it RLF. We spell everything funny. Do you know why we spell it funny? because we can get the trademark. I'm telling you this is the truth, right? So we spell it funny, we don't say it funny. It's For Relief. Let's take a look at the video.
The scientifically advanced For Relief formula acts where you need it most. The topical analgesic serum combines our innovative holy basil stem technology with sought-after ashwagandha root, black peppercorn, and menthol. It goes on clear and quickly absorbs into skin to provide much-needed relief so you can spread it and forget it.
Okay, that's what it looks like. Let's take a look at this first slide. So this is what the package looks like, okay? It's really, actually, it looks very clinical because it is, all right? This is medicine, okay? This is another thing I want to bring up, is that when you're thinking about your business, when you have used medicine in your life and something works, do you tend to use it again? And do you become loyal to it? You use it over and over, right? So this is something really important for you to get in your mind, because if you know someone who suffers from pain and you can give them something that's a solution, they will buy it, they will buy it, they will buy it. And this is a really, really, to me, this is one of the coolest things about this. So let's talk about what's in For Relief, just briefly. It's still stem cell technology from Dr. Newman, so that makes sense, right? He's a stem cell scientist. It's got ashwagandha root, it's got black peppercorn, which I find very fascinating, and it also includes menthol. It relieves pain fast. I'm going to repeat some things because it's so important. It's fast absorbing, so when you rub it in, it does absorb, but you do want to rub it all the way in. It's also very soothing. It is... So that's in these individual vials. It's very easy to open. He's going to show you how that works. It's a weightless formula. It's got a very mild scent. You guys have put different things on your skin. You know, some of them smell really bad, and then no one wants to get around you, including mosquitoes. It's not that, okay? This is very mild scent. It's very unique. It's targeted. It's topical. There's no numbing with this. So for athletes, this is something they care a lot about. If you apply it to your arm, your wrist, anywhere, you don't want that numbing effect, and yet it does relieve pain, but no numbing. It's non-greasy, it's clear, and it's non-staining as well. These are very important points as well to lots of people now, okay? So if you look, it's vegan. Look at that cow, he's so cute. Silicone-free, sulfate-free. It is not tested on animals. But listen, if your kitty cat's suffering, I mean, test it and let us know how it works. I'm teasing, but it might work, you never know. Paraben-free, phthalate-free, and it does include stem cell technology. So now, everybody, it is my privilege and my honor to welcome someone to the stage that's so near and dear to all of our hearts here at Jeunesse. He's a world-renowned cosmetic surgeon. He's a pioneer in stem cell technology and regenerative medicine. These are big words. He's a graduate of prestigious medical institutions, including the Albert Einstein College of Medicine. He's published in medical journals and recognized by Cambridge's Who's Who. He operates a successful practice and research facility in Beverly Hills, California. I was able to visit him this last year in his clinic. He's an amazing guy. He's actually really nice too. He's not a pain. He's one of our favorite people. Please stand and welcome to the stage, Dr. Nathan Newman.
Hello, Jeunesse! Thank you very much, everyone. Thank you. Hello, Jeunesse family. Happy anniversary, 12 years. It's amazing. Everyone, please have a seat. Relax. We're going to make you excited in a minute about the product, but I want to just say hello to the Jeunesse family here in person. It's wonderful to see you all, and around the world. It's amazing that technology allows us to do things now virtually. We can see everybody around the world. We can have it so that in real time, everybody sees the same thing. And I think this is the new norms going to be with us. That's a good thing from the pandemic.
Totally, it's a great point. I mean, I saw backstage some of the people watching. You've got people from all around the globe, and they're putting up their flags. I saw a bunch of people from Malaysia watching. It's just incredible how technology does work. And yes, hello to the entire Jeunesse family worldwide. Well, Dr. Newman, I am thrilled to have you up here with me today. I'm honored to be standing with you, and I have to tell you that I just actually was sitting backstage with a pain, a literal pain in my neck. This wasn't one of my colleagues, and I thought, you know, I've got this with me. I'm going to see how it works, and I applied it, and after a couple of minutes, I said to one of my designers, I said, I don't feel anything. And so I put a little bit more on, and I'm telling you, in just a couple more minutes, gone. It's still totally gone. And I'm not joking. I know you think, you're like, yeah, sure. No, it just barely worked. So I'm excited for you to tell us. I was talking to them and telling them how this is kind of a new discovery, something that hasn't been done before. I think that that's fascinating and very unique. So could you take a minute and share with us, how did this happen? How did you come about this technology? How does it work?
So that's a great question. It actually goes back 20 years. Over 20 years I've been doing stem cell research. In that time, we developed and discovered how we can manipulate stem cells to give us factors and peptides and polypeptides that really can affect us on the outside and on the inside. And we developed Luminesce, and when I met Randy and Wendy, who are the most amazing people you just heard this morning, who they have become part of my family now. I've known them for more than 12 years. And when they saw and heard the story of my research and the product that we made, they really became passionate about it just like I was, and they wanted to bring this to the world. They wanted to change the world, just like they said. They want to change the world with not just products, but with all the great innovations that they've done. But really, they want to bring it with things that they can help everyone here and around the world to better their lives. And these products that we brought in the Luminesce line, and especially the serum, really was a revolutionary product in that skincare industry. No other product to this day has the technology that we have. So that product still, after 12 years, is still a revolutionary product that no other company can claim. But as Jeunesse was growing and became a global company and became a household name, we had more resources to invest into our research. And we have grown my research facility from one scientist to a team of scientists over the last 10 years. And really, we've discovered the products for hair, which the RVL, you can see I still haven't perfected it.
If anyone cares about hair, it's this guy.
Yeah, I'm still trying to get my hair back. So you may have round 2 of RVL when I get it back. But RVL came around from the same biotechnology. So it's really about how these stem cells can give you those polypeptides. So in the skincare line is APT 200, Advanced Polypeptide Technology 200, and in the hair care line is HPT 6, Hair Polypeptide Technology. Those really specifically are made to affect the hair and the skin. In the same time, we were looking for other things that we can do with the stem cells. And we found that they have incredible anti-inflammatory capabilities. And if you know anything about medicine and longevity and everything that we talk about, making you live longer and live healthier and live better and optimal health is really all about inflammation. And there's even a term that we've coined for it. It's called inflammaging, that you age because of inflammation. Inflammation is the core of aging. And we wanted to know how to combat inflammation. And we went and we researched and we found that our products can do a lot of anti-inflammatory components, but when we tested it one with the other one and one combining them in different ways, we found that there is a synergistic effect, and that synergistic effect is really why it works so good. So when we took it and I put it on, when I was exercising and I got muscle pain, I put it on and it worked. And I took it to my clinic and we tested it on my patients. And they had arthritis, they had mosquito bites, they had itching, they had rash. And every time we would put it on, they would, as I'm talking to them, they would just stop me and go, wow, it's gone. It's like magic. And we really started calling it magic because of that, because everybody would start calling it magic. And like you said, we couldn't use the word magic because of trademark stuff. So we have for relief, which is actually a better term for it because this is really for relief. One of the things we're going to talk about is why it's so unique. But really, it's a revolution. Just like we revolutionized skincare, this product is going to revolutionize pain and itching. There's no product like it in the world.
Incredible, incredible, right? I love the story, and I mean, it's no surprise that it includes stem cell technology, and you know stem cells better than any of us, but can you explain this slide? Because I look at this and I go, I don't really understand that whole human-plant polypeptide thing.
So, like I said, I've been doing research for 20 years. In that 20 years, I started with human cells. I was doing it on humans. I take stem cells from your own body, I inject it back to your own body. I saw what it does in my clinic, and then I went and studied these in the laboratory to see why they're doing what they're doing. And then we saw that we can do this, we can do similar things using plants. Plants have stem cells and they produce these polypeptides just like human cells. And that's why we are what we eat. Have you heard that term? Is because those factors are universal in us. And when we have those polypeptides, is going to do it. Then there's other things that we have which come from the plants and the humans. It's called exosomes and liposomes. Exosomes are things that are sent out in packages from the cell, and liposomes are packages that are made from fatty tissue. And if you go to any skincare line, they talk about their liposome as a delivery system because you need that for penetration. But until now, none of them really could penetrate like For Relief will, because we can really get down into the deep tissues and give you relief almost immediately. And this is really just showing you that we can take any cell, doesn't matter if it's human or plant or any other cell, and we know with our technology how to get those factors to make what we want, to get you the results that we want, be it hair, be it skin, or be it for pain.
Amazing. Let's talk about some of the other ingredients. I know there's some that we can actually recognize some of the names. Tulsi. You guys have heard of Tulsi? This is what the plant looks like. I've heard of it. I have not. I never called it Tulsi Som and XO. I don't know what that is. To me, that means hugs and kisses.
It is.
But tell us why is Tulsi included?
So Tulsi is one of the plants that is known for many years to help many different ailments, including being potent anti-inflammatory. So we took that and said, let's see what we can get it to do. And when we looked at it and we looked at the ingredients that we could get from our plant stem cells, we got not just the peptides and polypeptides, but we got lysosomes and exosomes, and that's why you got the XO for the exosome.
Ah, that makes sense.
And this is actually a unique product that only we have. This is the unique product that only we have.
Yeah, remember that, okay? It truly is only us that has this, right? Now, I've heard this term a lot lately. It seems quite a popular ingredient in things, ashwagandha. It's fun to say, let's say it with me, ashwagandha. But tell us about ashwagandha and why is that part of it?
So this is also a great product that's gained a lot of traction lately because of COVID and because of other things. Everybody uses it for anti-inflammatory purposes. And what it does is when you're taking this product, and you can either eat it or put it on your skin, when you're taking these and you get the extracts from them, they can actually penetrate into the skin and give you a lot of anti-inflammatory, antioxidants. So they work with the other products in a synergistic way. So when we talk synergy, you have to understand, synergy is 1 + 1 does not necessarily equal 2. It equals something more than 2. Because synergy is not just taking this, I put it on, and I put the other one, and I get the same result. Is when you add these things together, you get something totally different that you would not get by just taking each one separately.
Yeah, so it kind of compounds, which is what you're saying, right? So 1 + 1 doesn't equal 2. It could equal 5, it could equal 10, depending on how it's working together, the synergistic effects, right?
Exactly.
Yeah, amazing. This next ingredient, black peppercorn, I mean, I had no idea. I knew I liked it on my eggs, but I did not know that it was a great part of your formula.
So black pepper in general, peppers are known to affect the nerve endings. And one of the things that it does, it reduces pain levels, and it has a lot of antioxidants in there as well. But it really is a unique way of going after analgesic effect. Analgesic means just pain relief.
Yeah, and you'll notice actually it says an analgesic right on the package when we see it. So there are, I know, other drugs out there that help people. And you see this first one on the list, opioids. You're hearing a lot about negative stuff about opioids, right? Why? It's addictive, it works, but you can only have so much. You can't use it very long term. There's a lot of other things that are out there. So some of these are actually dangerous for us, right? They might work temporarily, but there's a lot of dangers involved. So tell us about those and how this is different from those kinds of drugs.
So all these drugs that we use are limited to what you can do, because these are drugs that can actually go into your system and cause a lot of problems, health problems. It can give you rashes, it can irritate the skin. Some of them can actually cause numbing. So if you're a sports person, right, and you want to go and do sports, you can't have numbness in your foot or your arm or have something greasy on it and go and do sports, because it's very dangerous and you can get hurt. So one of the things that we were looking at, how can we avoid all the downsides of these current pain relief products? And none of them really penetrate deep or give you great pain relief. I know people who've used almost all of these pain relief things, didn't do it, and we gave them for relief, and in 10 minutes they felt much better.
It might even seem hard to believe, but we're going to tell you about testimonials too, right? This is legit. This is real. Another thing, there's some limitations. I notice on many drugs, it tells you can only use so much. Maybe it's limited on how many times a day, maybe even how many times per week, or even how long you can use it. It'll say maybe only 1 week's use or 2 weeks. So tell us about, are there any limitations?
So when you're using those other drugs, what you do is, like with opioids, you build tolerance and you have dosing limitations. So what happens is you do a test on animals, usually, and you figure out what does it take to kill that animal. And that becomes the dose that they go from, and they reduce that by how many times in order for you to be able to use that drug safely. So then they say there's a dose limit based on that. So we don't have that issue, because we don't have anything that can kill you, okay? So it's a big deal, because a lot of people, when they have pain, usually it's not in their little finger, it's like on their back, on their thigh. So you need a lot of it. And if you're using a lot of it, you want to make sure that you don't have any side effects from it and it's safe to use. So that's a big deal, that you can use enough to get the relief that you want, unlike the other ones where you're limited to how much you can use and may not give you the relief that you need.
Crazy, but also I've heard of this, so the tolerance level. Have you guys ever used something and it worked the first time, it worked the second time, but on the 10th time you're like, I gotta use like twice as much to make it work. Soon you're taking 1 instead of 2, or you're putting on a little bit more or putting on a little bit more. So tell us, does this have a, what is the tolerance? Does it continue to work time and time and time again?
So a lot of these products, your body has a way of protecting itself. So when you're introducing these drugs, your body builds what's called tolerance. So it will take more of the same thing to get the same results. So if you know people who have done any sort of heroin, like you showed, or cocaine, which is another analgesic that we use, your body builds tolerance. And that's why you can never get the same high as the first time, and you always use more and more. It's the same thing that happens on the skin. So if you're using these things on your skin, your body builds tolerance, and you need more and more to get the same benefit that you did the first time. But we go back to that dose limitation, and then you get to that point that is not safe anymore to use, and you're not getting the relief that you need.
Yeah, but in this case, that doesn't happen, right?
Because we don't have the same things.
Yep.
These products work with your own body. They're not trying to trick it. They're not trying to fool it. It is working within the inflammatory system of your body just to make your body healthier and optimal. And that's why you get immediate relief, and that's why once, let's say you get an insect bite, right? You get an insect bite, you put it on, in a few minutes you feel much better, by the next day it's gone. It's not like tomorrow you have to get up and do it again and again. But if you have like chronic pain and you have arthritis, well, that's something coming from the inside of the body. You can use it, you'll get relief, but then you will probably have to reapply it to get the relief again in a few hours or in the next day, depending on how bad it is.
That's amazing. This next slide, MSM, it's an MSM delivery system. What is MSM?
So MSM is basically another plant-derived base that we use for penetration. This is really our delivery system. So, we talked about liposomes as delivery systems. This is an enhancer of those things. This opens up the cells and allows the for relief anti-inflammatory components to penetrate deep and give you the relief that you need now, not in 2 hours, now.
I love what you said about it working with your body. Like, that just sticks with me, doesn't it? To have something that actually is just helping your own body to do what it needs to do to relieve the pain. I love that concept. And this is the delivery system. So I want to talk briefly about some of the things that you guys talk to us about. Many times I meet with diamonds. Many of you come up and say, you know what we need, you know what we need. And so I want to cover some of the things that this product covers. You've asked for a user-friendly, individually dosed product. So user-friendly, yes. Individually dosed, yes. You can actually, let's show them one so they can see what it looks like, the size of it. This proves you can keep it in your pocket. There it is, right there.
And I can tell you, nobody who has used it leaves home without it. Honestly. Everybody goes everywhere. If they go on a trip, if they go anywhere, make sure you bring the magic, because tomorrow if I stub my toe or if I get a neck pain or whatever, I want to have it.
Very true. So you could have it in your car, you could have it in your sock, anywhere.
So one of the things two things I want to talk about.
Yeah.
One is, I want to thank Scott Lewis, our visionary officer, for having the vision to ignite this 12th anniversary with this product, because he knew that this is going to revolutionize the industry with another revolutionary product just like Luminesce did.
Yeah. Right? Can you guys clap loud and let Scott know you're also thankful? Let him know.
And I think, the product is really made for you guys to be able to show it to people anywhere, anytime. It's easy, it's light. You can just demonstrate it on the go, and they'll see it right there. And it is affordable. It is something that will really enhance everybody's life and will give you the ability to help other people live a better life.
Totally. Think about this for your business. And if I was any of you, I'd carry like 10 of these around in my pockets. Because how many times do you say to someone, good morning, good afternoon, ni hao, whatever you say, right? And you say, how are you doing? And sometimes they go, fine. but you're like, no, you don't sound fine. But like, yeah, well, I kind of have a pain, or I kind of have a this, or I'm dealing with this. And how amazing would it be for you to be able to just offer a solution right there on the spot? How many people have said to you, do you have an Advil? Do you have a Tylenol? Like, think of all the times you said it. And so to be able to do something that is different and more effective, and all you have to do is tell them and let them try it and let them tell you it works, and then they're going to say what? How do I get it? This is when you get to tell them how, okay? So I think it's amazing for that reason, and super, you're right, easy to keep with you, so easy to demonstrate, 2 minutes, right? So easy to use, easy to carry, easy to explain, high customer satisfaction, and look, you don't have to know all the science stuff here. Guess what you have to know? Is that it works. That's all I would have to know. Like, dude, I don't know how some things work other than I know it does. So, and someone will believe you because you're their friend. So I think that that's an important thing. All right, let's talk about directions for use. Like, how do we actually use it? So could you just explain that real quick? What's the best way?
So the most important thing to know is that if you want to open this thing, do not twist the top. Just go, can we show this so that people can see? I'm going to just go back and click it, and that's it. It's open. It snaps open.
I tried twisting it.
Do not twist it.
It doesn't work.
Snap it, and then nothing comes off. You don't have to take it off. So it doesn't leave like mess everywhere, and if you want, you can just close it back up a little bit. It doesn't close all the way, but you can just move it back. And if you have pain, you can put it on.
Yeah, which I just did, and it worked amazing. So one of the things did you hear him mention itch? I think that's an important point, because it's not just for pain. So if any of you, have you ever had a mosquito bite or any other kind of bite or any other itching? You said rashes, it's good for all those things, right?
Yes, and you should use it liberally, just like you did. You put it on, and if it doesn't do it right away, put more on, because it needs to penetrate deep enough. Sometimes you have a lot of inflammation and you have to have more of the product. And there's a lot of product in here to cover almost an entire back. So you can use it, and if you don't need all of it, just keep it and you can use it later.
So one, I think, important question. You guys can see it under who can use it. Adults and children 2 years age or older, right?
Right. This is one of the safest products that's out there that we talked about. You can use it on just about everyone and all over your body. Some of the products, you can't use it on, certain areas of the body, but you can use it on any part of the skin.
Amazing. So any part of the skin, and as young as 2, so that's pretty incredible. I want to tell you a story, Dr. Newman. Okay. We had a special meeting with the Diamonds the other night, and we gave them a preview. We let them get this product, and I said, hey, when you guys use it and you have something special happen, can you please let me know? Send me an email. I got an email like within an hour from Todd Hartog. Todd, are you here? He's right here. I'm going to have Todd come up. Todd, can you come up? Todd, thanks for coming. Don't trip. Luckily, we have a doctor. Todd. So Todd sends me this email, and I was like, oh my gosh, this is exactly what I was wanting. And he got on the phone with me, and we talked earlier, and you told me your story. Can you just tell briefly, like, what happened to you?
All right. So I'm sitting in the Diamond meeting, and Mark's doing his thing, sharing the new product, and all the Diamonds got a bag of a full size for relief. And I'm thinking, I toned you out, by the way, and I ripped open the bag, and I'm thinking, oh, maybe this will work. And I have this really bad shoulder from, I'm 54 years old, just working out, playing golf, playing baseball. And I started rubbing it on my shoulder. I don't even know if anybody noticed, but I took my suit down, put my hand in there, started rubbing it on there, going, please work, please work. And it worked. And I thought, okay, my pain went from about a 9, just an annoying pain, down to about a 0.5. And last night I slept through the whole night not being woke up by this achy shoulder of mine, where I'm always popping Advil, or I'm smelling like an old guy because I use Asper cream and BioFreeze. That's my combination, but I got to constantly put it on all day.
How much did it work on you?
It worked really, really, really.
The Aspercream and the.
Oh, it doesn't work that well. Maybe cuts
It's a
it
9 to what?
down to about a 5. And then I got to constantly reapply it. It works really good for about a minute, 2 minutes, and then because of the numbing, right? The numbing wears off, and I'm right back to the drawing board again. It's just more annoying than anything else, but boy, I started thinking, how many people have pain, right? And this is gonna be the most easiest conversation to have with people. Totally. The most easiest and super easy to share. So you guys, if you're looking for that key to unlock the door to the rest of the Jeunesse store, this is going to be that product that we leave here with this weekend. I'm very excited. I think Jeunesse 2.0, this is going to lead the way. I'm already excited about the hair product. As you can tell, I've been using that. Great product. But Dr. Nathan Newman does such a great job. What we have here with Jeunesse Global and the brilliancy of this doctor scientist, we take this for granted. We really do. We have something so amazing here with this multi-billion-dollar company that I'm excited. And you know what? The best is yet to come. I'm looking at a whole bunch of diamonds here. And you could go diamond with this product for sure. So thank you very much, Dr. Nathan. Thank you, Mark.
Thank you, man. Thanks. Give it up for Todd. Thanks, Todd. Careful on the way down. Isn't that a great story? So listen, tonight you're going to be able to get a sample if you guys go outside of both products, all right? That's pretty cool. Don't go now, please, because I haven't told you about them. But when you do use it and you do have success with it, just like Todd, I want you to email me. This is where to email us, okay? It's at productmarketing@JeunessehQ.com. Please send that to us. We want to hear your story, and we want to feature you in our social media, okay? So please do share your stories. We can't wait to hear from you. So Dr. Newman, we did have a couple of questions come through. We are running fast, so I'm just going to put them up that came from the audience. How many times a day can I apply it?
You can apply it as much as you need to get the relief that you need. Usually, like you just heard from Todd, he put it on and that was it. He slept through the night and you don't need to. But if you need more, there's no problem. Like we said, there's no tolerance and you can use as much as you need.
As many times as you need. And can I use it with other medications?
So you can use it with other medications that you take by mouth, but do not put Biofreeze or other things with this product on your skin. You will get a rash because this product will penetrate in, and whatever you put on there will also penetrate in. But we talked about all those things causing rashes and skin irritation. So that thing is going to go in and it's going to irritate your skin. Please do not use them together.
So don't combine any topicals, right?
Right.
Not to mention they smell so bad, like no one will get near you, so just don't do it. How fast? You've answered this, but you guys heard, right? For me, it actually worked. I just applied it twice. I think I just wasn't using enough. For Todd, he really got it in there, totally worked. But again, I mentioned this earlier. As little as 2 minutes, people are starting to raise their hand and say, instead of saying I'm feeling it, they're saying I'm not feeling it.
Right. So, I mean, if you see after 10 minutes you're not getting the relief, apply more. It means you didn't apply enough.
And another question, is it actually really okay for kids? I guess they don't believe, but yes, right?
I put it on my own kid every day. They had come home, scrapes and bumps and mosquito bites and every day. It's okay.
All right, so Dr. Newman, thank you so much for being with us.
Thank you.
I want to I do want to mention that if you would like to meet him live and in person, and you might shake their hand even.
I would be happy to.
He'll even shake your hand. You can come, if you guys purchase at the packs, you can win a meet and greet with Dr. Newman, which is awesome. And also, like I told you, outside in the back, we're going to, as you exit this way, we're going to have a product experience shortly after this. Now, from a marketing standpoint, I told you how easy it is to be able to share it, right? But when someone does ask that question, what is this? Where did you get it? Okay, you got lots of great ways to tell them. You tell them, you show them, the packaging looks amazing, but you can also show them in your We Live Jeunesse catalog. You can show them on your replicated website. It will be there. It will include the marketing video. The video can be downloaded and put on your phone. You can carry it with you from sharejeunesse.com. Don't forget sharejeunesse.com. We also have social media assets to help you talk about it. So when you're having experience and you're wanting people to see what this is, it's really great to share, and it's clinical. I think it just looks fantastic. In fact, the package itself, someone said it looked so good. I think it was Flora. She goes, "It looks so good. It almost looks like chocolate." Don't taste it. It tastes nothing like chocolate. It looks really, really awesome though. And I think this is the last slide. So can everyone please show me how excited you are about this dang new product? Oh my gosh, it's awesome. Dr. Newman, thank you so much for being here. It's great to have him. Give him a round of applause.
Thank you,
Standing
everyone.
ovation. Come on, man, stand up.